boy froze the moment he walked past a sushi restaurant. Takemoto asked Hisada if he liked sushi. Hisada said he did, but it was too expensive. Takemoto said he had a way. The next day Hisada went over to Takemoto's house. The moment he walked in he could see Takemoto was busy with something. Takemoto was happy to see him. He brought him to the living room and then went back to what he was doing. Hisada looked around. The place was small but neat and tidy. Takemoto's worn straw hat hung on the wall. On top of a cabinet sat a photo of Takemoto with a man wearing a straw hat. Then Hisada turned and noticed the same man's photo sitting on the family altar. He was still wondering who the man was when the door behind him slowly crept open. A few little kids poked their heads through, staring at him with wide eyes. Hisada nearly jumped out of his skin. Just then Takemoto came out carrying a big bowl of white rice. He shut the door behind him and sat down across from Hisada. He pried open a can of mackerel with some effort, broke up the rice, shaped it with his hands, laid the fish on top, and wrapped it tight with a strip of seaweed. Then he told Hisada to try it. One bite and Hisada couldn't stop. The saltiness of the mackerel and the clean taste of the rice came together perfectly. It was the best sushi he had ever eaten in his life. Seeing how much Hisada loved it made Takemoto happy. He glanced at the photo on the wall and said his dad had taught him how to make it. The more Hisada ate, the more impressed he was. He told Takemoto he should become a sushi chef. Takemoto paused for a moment, then said seriously that he actually had thought about it. He asked Hisada if he wanted to be a writer someday. His essays were that good. Hisada said there was no way he could pull that off. Takemoto said he could. While they were talking, the door quietly opened again. Takemoto was about to tell his younger siblings to stay out, but Hisada had already invited them to come join in. The kids filled the room with noise and laughter. Time passed quickly. After they finished eating, Hisada stayed to hang out. That's when Takemoto's mom came home from work. When she found out the boy in her living room was Hisada, the one her son always talked about, her whole face lit up. But Hisada noticed that Takemoto didn't look quite right. Summer break always goes by too fast. For Hisada, August 31st was the most painful day of the year. Every assignment he had put off all summer had to be finished that day. And of course his mom picked that exact moment to ask him to run to the store. He wrestled with it for a second, then put down his pencil and headed out. He had just grabbed the cabbage and was reaching for the tofu when he ran into Takemoto's mom in her work uniform. She pulled Hisada aside to a back door and said she felt bad about last time, that she hadn't been a proper host. Hisada waved his hands and said not at all. Then she seemed to remember something and started laughing. She said after Hisada left that day, Takemoto had gotten upset with her. She had asked Takemoto if Hisada was his friend. He got angry and said he didn't know if Hisada thought of him that way. She shouldn't just go ahead and assume. He was afraid Hisada didn't actually want to be friends with him. Takemoto had never really had friends. Hisada was the first person he had ever brought home. She said she hoped the two of them would stay close. Then she hurried back to work. After hearing all of that, something flared up inside Hisada that he couldn't quite name. Had Takemoto never really thought of him as a friend? From that point on he started pulling away, sometimes on purpose.